Go. I'm back to you with another video, man. Today we're gonna go through the best two-star team to use in college football Dynasty Mode. I already put out a best one-star teams to use, so there's gonna be the two-star teams. If y'all want a three-star, let me know. I think pretty much any team in three-star is viable, but if y'all just want to know who got best rosters or best situations, I can make that three-star team for y'all as well. But let's get into this two-star one. So I'm going to give y'all a couple teams, why you could pick them, why you wouldn't have to pick them, and then we'll go and we'll check the rosters out and get into all of that. So first things first, App State. Great team to use for Dynasty because, I mean, hey, they're the legend killers. They won big games. The all-black helmets in the mountains, jerseys are fire. Known to upset people already. So, great storyline with them. You have North Carolina as a pipeline. So, very good school to start off with. So, I like App State for sure. Army, if you're big into the military, the Army, Navies, the Navy, Air Force, things of that nature, military bowls, military games, things of that nature. That's always like a little, storyline with that. As well as, jerseys going to be fire. And then 3, because you're independent, well, you're an American now, but, you have a lot of flexibility with the schedule, so you can kind of make it what you want with Army. You're not really too locked in on schedules and teams of that nature. So it could be an easier rebuild to get wins in for sure. So, I mean, Army is a good team as well. Of course, Boise State. One, the jerseys are great. They got a lot of good players as well, which we'll get into in a few minutes. But, of course, the blue field. And, you can bring them back to the glory days of the Ian Johnsons and the Statue of Liberties when they beat Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. So it's a lot of great storylines with Boise State, bringing them back to, prominence in the college football. So those 3, I know it sounds like I'm going down the line, but we're going to skip around in a second. Duke. So a great storyline for Duke. You're in North Carolina. You're kind of the little brother to North Carolina State, UNC in football. Kind of a academic school. So you can kind of, more of a basketball school. So, your storyline is Duke, rising up to be a football powerhouse. A lot of good people on the team already for you as well. So, so Duke is another good option here. Marshall, everybody loves We Are Marshall. Jerseys are fire, environment fire. So, you could use Marshall, bring them back to prominence. North Texas Mean Green, another team with good jerseys, that green and white color scheme. And, being in Texas, you automatically get that Texas Longhorn rivalry, that Texas A&M rivalry, or the pipeline of Texas as a state for recruiting. So, you'll be able to recruit good and things of that nature. So, North Texas is another good environment for that. Oregon State. So a lot of people wouldn't think Oregon State, but it's a good team to rebuild because, one, you're in the Pac-12 with 2 teams. So you've got a lot of flexibility with your schedule. So, if you wanted to, you could definitely work around some things and do some things with the team to kind of build it up. If you want to keep playing Oregon every year, or if you want to renew rivalries, you can. Or if you want to kind of take it a step further and move different conferences, you can. That orange and black color scheme always goes crazy. So, since you're in the Pac-12, it's a good school because, like I said, you got a lot of roster flexibility with that. Rutgers. So Rutgers is good because, like I said, they're like kind of the doormat of the Big Ten. So, you were rebuilding them in a good conference. So it'd be easier to recruit players because your conference prestige would be pretty high. You would just have to beat like the bullies, the Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, those teams. But if you can get through those teams and you can recruit good enough, being in that good of a conference, the stress to level them up won't be as hard because if you put together a couple good seasons, then recruiting will be a breeze for you for the Scarlet Knights. And like I said, another great school with a great color scheme as well. San Diego State, Aztecs. Again, you even see it on the helmet. The helmet's fire. The jerseys are fire. That black, red, and white, you can never go wrong with it. Good team. Like I said, it's a Mountain West team, so conference is decent. But like I said, it's another team where you can kind of come in kind of make your way, ruin some games, and then you can recruit out of Cali. You can kind of make your own way with San Diego State because you have that whole West Coast. You got a good little pipeline for recruiting as well. So San Diego State is another good team just based off jerseys, things of that nature. Tulane Green Wave. And when we talk about jerseys, Tulane got some of the most fire jerseys on the game. You even see the helmet again with the blue and the green. So jersey's going to be fire. You'll be in Louisiana. You have a built-in rival with LSU if you want to do it that way. Louisiana's a pipeline. And you could also, because you're in that southeastern area, you can move and go to the SEC. You know what I'm saying? And once you get to like 4 or 5 stars or you feel like you're more competitive enough, you could do that. So Tulane, again, another good school for a rebuild. UAB. So UAB just got to the FBS a couple years ago. So this would be more of just they actually have some fire jerseys as well. This would be more of a breaking a new team into the FBS. You know, they just got here a couple years ago. So you would be kind of taking them over and kind of, leading them into the promised land of being a newer team in the Division I area. So, that'll kind of be your storyline for that. You in Alabama, so naturally, Alabama Crimson Tide could be the end goal once you get your team good enough to where you feel like you can fight. So another good team. And my last 2 teams are Vandy and Wake Forest. So Vandy, because doormat to the SEC, so conference prestige is there. Of course, being the doormat of the SEC means you'll probably lose a lot of games early on, but with recruiting and everything, once you become good with Vanderbilt, once you put together those seasons and that black and gold, then you will be able to prosper. But until then, it's going to be a struggle. But like I said, with that conference prestige, the jerseys, good stadium, things of that nature, you'll have an environment. So once you succeed, you'll be able to succeed throughout the rest of your dynasty. And lastly, not least, Wake Forest with the black and gold as well. But kind of a similar situation to Vandy, where it's just being a doormat in the conference and just trying to rebuild and become, to the top of the conference. So that's kind of your storyline. And like Wake Forest is also the forgotten school in North Carolina. So you could also look at it that way with Duke, UNC, and NC State. So, a lot of different ways you can go with Wake Forest and Vandy, but, 2 teams in the doormat of their big conferences and the big Power 5 that, Wake Forest, Vandy, and Rutgers are kind of that bottom of the barrel, big conference team, and, you can make your way out of it. So those are like the 10, 11 teams that I think are probably the best for your rebuild. And then now I'm going to show you some rosters. We're going to back out of here. I'm going to show you some rosters just to show you why each of these teams, kind of the pluses and minuses of each. So let's get it. We go. And by the way, like, comment, subscribe, man, on every video, man. I appreciate the support, for everything. Like I said, if y'all want a 3-star team, I got y'all on that too. But let's get into it. We started with Army, so we're going to start with Army first. So some reasons why I like Army. So you're going to start off with simply running quarterbacks because we're in the option. So you got every quarterback on your team is 80 in speed. You got a sophomore in Mitch Bolden. You got a sophomore in Kale Helms. So you're good there. You got 2 running backs in 90 speed. Now, it should be easy to recruit running backs when you're in the option because, what running back doesn't want the ball every play? So you would just have to recruit some running backs. But I feel like once you started getting everything going, I think that'd be pretty easy to do. Receivers, surprisingly enough, a team who runs the ball all day has 294 receivers. So you could be running option all game, and then when you need to throw, you have speed on the outside to throw the ball. The ratings ain't the greatest, but at least you got at least 2 guys with 94 speed. Tight ends really don't matter. And then on the defensive end, like I said, a lot of juniors, seniors, not too much to be excited about on this end. But you do have 1 sophomore in Jackson Hammond, 97 speed. You got another junior in Jaden Mays, 92 speed. So you got a little bit of here, a little bit of there. A lot of sophomore linebackers. Linebacker is a little rough. But like I said, man, if you're going to play with Army, like I said, you're doing it for the military, the fight for the U.S., all that good stuff for the country. So, that's Army. Like I said, not the greatest roster, but some pieces you can build on, some people with speed. All right, next we got Boise State. So Boise State is a great, like let's say, the reason they made the list is because they have a great setup. So Malachi Nelson is the transfer from USC. So you have 4 years of a top freshman quarterback who's going to do what he does, 86 speed. So you got 4 years with him. You also have Ashton Genty, who's a great running back, 91 speed. And you have 2 years with him as long as he don't go to the draft that first year. You also have a sophomore behind him with 94 speed. So you have your running back coverage. You got your quarterback of the dynasty covered. Receiver-wise, you have some 92 speed, 90 speed freshman right here. Then you also have a 90 speed sophomore right here. That's 6'5", 90 speed. So, we all know Nick Harbor is the 99 speed, 6'5" guy from South Carolina, but Boise State got like a little similar version to that. So, this could be your bootleg Mountain West version of Nick Harbor. So, like I said, 6'5", 90 speed guy. You got a decent tight end room, sophomores and freshmen everywhere. So offensively, you definitely got the pieces to go ahead and start year one being decent. And then, like I said, you got freshman Nick Hawthorne, 87 speed, 70 overall. You can redshirt him. You can use him as a user. Then you got a 90 speed senior, another freshman that's 87 speed, another freshman that's 90 speed, and a sophomore that's 87. So you got free safeties that if they don't play that first year because you got the seniors, you can put them in the sub linebacker spot, or you can play them and redshirt your seniors for a year and then kind of figure it out that way. Speed at DB, 90, 94, 90. You got 2 freshmen right here with 90 and 90 speed. So your speed at corner, you got an 83 linebacker freshman, 79 speed freshman. So you got some speed, another 87 speed freshman. So you got linebackers with speed, you got some young corners with 90 speed, and you got some free safeties that will be there for the rebuild as well. So like I said, all in all, Boise State is a good foundational team. Like I said, you got that quarterback, that running back, that receiver. So for sure, Boise State is one of the better 2-star teams to start with. Now we gonna head down to Duke Blue Devils. So the thing with Duke is, again, it's another team blessed with transfers. So Malik Murphy, transfer from Texas. Now he's a sophomore. You throw him into this offense, and now you got a quarterback to build with for the next 3-4 years. Your running back, a little slow, but you got freshman and sophomore throughout the whole thing. So you actually have people that will be with Malik Murphy for the next 3 years. So you could probably find faster, of course, if you want to, or if you get lucky enough to recruit one. But, if these are your 3 running backs for the next 3 years, you still got solid depth in the running back room. Receivers, you got a 92, you got a 91, you got a 90, 90, 90, 92. So you see all these are 60s, but they're all 90, 90, 92. So got some speed in the receiver room. Just got to boost those ratings up a little bit, but ain't the worst thing in the world. Let's go to that secondary, of course, always the skill positions. So then you got a sophomore right here with the 84 speed. You got 2 freshmen, 89, 88 speed. Another freshman with 87 speed. So you got 3 freshmen right here. One can probably move to deep to strong safety, or you can put him at cornerback. But again, you got 3 freshmen. You can redshirt. You can use them as user linebackers. So you got range there. Then you have a 90, 95 speed, 90 speed, 90 speed, 90 speed, 90 speed. So these 3 right here are all freshmen, 90 speed freshmen, where even if they redshirted for a year, you could bring them back once all these seniors clear up the room a little bit. And pretty much, and actually you have this junior right here who's a ball hawk with 90 speed. So in reality, what you could do is you play your season. Hopefully he doesn't leave. He comes back his senior year, and then you'll have the sophomore right here with him who already has blanket coverage. So then you have 2 people with abilities. Then you got those 3 freshmen with 90 speed. Look at the whole cornerback room is freshmen at the bottom. So you got more than enough speed. So, if you redshirt right, you can get right for sure. Linebackers, you got an 83 speed freshman right there, 86 speed right here. And then that's about it on this team. So, yeah. And then you got him right here. You got Kobe Smith, another freshman with 86 speed. So the defense is ready. Like I said, this is a younger team. You got like some power hitters, but for the most part, it's a young team. So it's a young building team that you can kind of, use. And like I said, you may not win the first 2 years, but between redshirting and recruiting, you could definitely get this team to be competitive by that second, third year. If you get some upsets, get lucky. And then after that, I mean, the world will be your oyster for sure. So definitely with that. The next team on the list is Marshall. So like I said before, we are Marshall. Everybody knows the movie. You got Randy Moss and the boys. You got the famous alums. So Cole Pennington, I don't know if he's related to Chad, but if he is, even better storyline. So you got Cole, who's a sophomore. Ja'Kai Long, who's also a freshman. So you got the speed guy, and you got the field general. So you got your quarterback for 3 years of your dynasty. You got some sophomores in the room. Like I said, speed ain't amazing, but at least you got some sophomores in the room you can build on, or you can just make that a point of emphasis when you start recruiting. Hey, I need a better running back. As well as you got some speed out here. So you got 94 speed sophomore, 91, 91, 90, 92, 91, 90, 90. So you got 5 plus 90 receivers in speed. So you got enough speed to, like, if you want to play spread or something, you could do that, for sure. So like I said, another good team with some speed, young quarterback, young tight end in Toby Payne, 76. And then, like I said, if we go to the defense, sophomore, 88 speed. Then we got 2 freshmen right here, 87, 86 speed, 89 speed. Like I said, red shirt them, use them as user linebackers. Y'all know the routine. Sophomore, 94 speed, junior 90 speed, junior 93 speed. So you got 3 90 speed corners to start with the room. You got 4 freshmen at the bottom of the room. So you got a lot of versatility. And if you want a red shirt, if you want to just play them all out, if you just want to recruit a little bit quicker corners, or move some of the corners to free safety, because, I mean, he's 6'1", he's 6'1", he's 6'2". So you can move the corners to free safety. Maybe they get an overall jump. Who knows? But you definitely got some speed in the room. Linebackers, you got an 80 speed guy right there. That's a sophomore. And you got a freshman 83 speed right here. So, like I said, Marshall don't look like much on paper, but it got a lot of young pieces that you can, build with for the first 2 or 3 years. And that's what I'm showing you. All these teams, they're going to be younger teams, and they're going to be able to, where if you're not recruiting good or you don't know how to recruit good yet, these teams, you kind of got to have stuff put in place already to kind of make up for if you have a bad season recruiting. So, for sure. So the next team, Oregon State. Yes, sirski. And like I said, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribing, man. Tell me which team y'all would pick out of the 10 I'm showing y'all, and who would y'all start y'all first dynasty with. So Oregon State, like I said, much of the same. They have a freshman right here in Jabari Johnson, 84 speed, 73 overall. I mean, the ratings are so close, you can probably just start him off the rip and go ahead and develop him. So you have your starting freshman quarterback. Running backs, again, you got a freshman at 87 speed. Not the much speed in the room, but solid running backs. I mean, he's a senior, so he'll be gone anyway. But you do have McMillian if, you want to use him or you want to get another running back. Receiving room, 91 speed, 93 speed freshman right here. Freshman and sophomore down this whole list. And that's what I like about Oregon State's team. So starting right here with Zachary Carr, this whole rest of the list is freshman and sophomore. So you have a lot of people, built-in safety valves if you can't recruit or if recruiting doesn't go well. Now, would I want to use 64 receivers and 66 receivers? Probably not. But when you redshirt them, you can get their ratings up and, you can play and do what you have to do with it. So, but on the worst case, you still have juniors as well that probably after a year or two, they'll all be 80 overall. So won't be the worst decision, worst receiver room in the world, but not bad. You got a 65, 77 speed guy right here, 6'6", but he's a blocker. You go to that defensive side, veteran on the safeties, but you do got this guy right here, Harlem Howard, freshman, 90 speed. So, definitely somebody you can plug and play early on. Skylar Thomas has hammer, and he's only 84 speed, so he could be a sub linebacker. That way you hit sticking with him with his good change of direction and whatnot. Corners, look at the speed. One thing they have is speed. So everybody in the cornerback room is 90-plus speed, which is a plus for Oregon State. You see the freshmen, sophomore, freshman, and you see that they all have quick jump. So that tells you that if you grind and you level like cornerbacks up and your tactician or if you do strategist or whatever route you take in motivator, you could actually get them, you know, their quick jump to be gold or, you know, silver. And you're going to have pretty much 4 corners, you know, that can get interceptions or, you know, that jump routes. So then you have a secondary that's aggressive and that can get and make plays. So even though your best 2 leave, like I said, you have a whole room of 90 speed corners that you'll be good with even after the first one leaves, after Jaden leaves after that first year. So freshman, sophomore again. And like I said, every team's going to be pretty much the same, man. I'm looking for freshmen. I'm looking for a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, a lot of people you can plug and play, a lot of speed, because that's what helps us when you're playing in those games and things of that nature. So Rutgers. So we're going to start again. Freshman quarterback, man. Sophomore quarterback. So you got 2 options. You can do the 89 speed, a Johnny Shepard, or you can go, you know, field general, sit in the pocket with AJ Serace. So you really don't even need this guy because, like I said, the ratings are so close. There's no point not to play one of the 2. Whatever your options are is your option. You have a good running back for 1 year in Kyle Manage. So, you know, he's a power back, but he got sidestep, he got shifty. He ain't the fastest, but he got 93 break tackle, 92 trucking. So he's going to be a power running back. And you got a sophomore right here with takeoff and 360, which is the physical abilities for spin and route running that you can do a little smash and dash. You know, you put Kyle in, he goes crazy, and then you put him in with the 93 speed. So you got freshman right here, you got a sophomore right here, and you with your senior. So you got a decent running game that can get you by at least. But like I said, it is the Big Ten. You will be playing against Michigan D-line, Ohio State D-line. So it may not be the funnest thing in the world, but you do got options. You got a 92 senior right here. But of course, we got a 96 speed Dalen Barathith sophomore. The speed in the room ain't the greatest, but at least you got 196 and 191 right here. So if you don't care about these guys in front of them, you can just, you know, start the freshmen, you know what I'm saying, because you do have 4 seniors in that top. So, you know, you do got at least 196 speed guy that could, you know, beat a coverage if you're playing Ohio State. Right here, freshman tight end, 77 speed. You also have another freshman tight end with 87 speed. So, again, another person where you could just kind of play because, you know, most of us like to play games in Dynasty. So, you know, you put him in 87 speed, 6'5" tight end, you know what I'm saying? That might win you some games for sure. So then, you know, let's go to the defensive side. On defense, you know, right here, my boy Kaj Sanders, you know, 92 speed freshman. Do what you want with him, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know the spiel by now. Like I said, there's a lot of junior seniors on this team, which is like kind of like it's an older team, but they do have some young pieces. So right here, Bo Masco, 90 speed. Another freshman right here, 95 speed. So you got Masco, you got Levi with 95 and 90 speed. Another one, Antonio White Jr., and then another one, Isaiah Crumpler with 91 speed. So, you know, decently fast cornerback room. And then, of course, you know, you got 4 years with all of them, so you can definitely work on it. Linebackers, not much to go crazy about for sure. You do got some freshman D linemen, but like I said, all in all, Rutgers, you know, you probably going to, like I said, it's probably going to take a year or 2, but there is some potential in the building at Rutgers. It's just a matter of can you overcome a very tough Big Ten conference. San Diego State. So, again, y'all know the routine. Freshman, 70, 84 speed. Freshman, 72, 83 speed. Sophomore. So your whole room is young. So you can literally pick whoever you want to start it off with, whoever you feel like is the best fit for you, or the best fit for your team. Starting out, running back, 98 speed. I know y'all love speed, so we finally got some team with some speed. So you got a team with 5 90-plus running backs in speed, topped off by the senior Christian. You got a receiver room with a 97 speed receiver, topped off with Wesley. So your receivers are kind of slow after Polk, but you got plenty of running backs that are fast with 90-plus speed. So at least for the first year, you got 2 of the fastest people on the game, 97 speed, 98 speed. So you're going to have fun with that regardless. At tight end, not too much of there, but you do got a sophomore starting. Then you got some sophomore strong safety. So you got a good base, young player right there, strong safety. Then you got a freshman right here, 87 speed, and another freshman, 86 speed. Then DB room kind of slow, but the people who are fast in DB room, younger players, Tavion Beasley. You know, you got your freshman right here and Doc Abraham. There's a couple other freshmen. So, like I said, the corners ain't the fastest, but, you know, you do got help over the top with your free safeties being a little bit faster. But overall, not a terrible team. You got some speed. Right here, 70 overall, 80 speed linebacker freshman, 81 speed, 80 speed. So, like I said, man, you know, not the greatest. You know, it's going to be low overall, but like I said, you got some speed in some places. And like I said, with Christensen and Polk, you have two of the fastest people on the game starting out. So, you know, you definitely be able to cheese a little bit with both of them. Of course, now we on to Tulane, baby. So, Tulane, you know, Ty Thompson, transfer from Oregon. So, you got a built-in quarterback already. If you want to go freshman, you can. But like I said, you use Ty Thompson for the first couple of years just to, you know, have a decent quarterback. You'll be fine. Mekhi Hughes, running back, you know, sophomore, 90 overall. So he's a top 10 running back, and it's a sophomore. I would just hand him the ball, move out the way, and let him carry y'all to the wins. You got speed at receiver with 94, 92, 91 freshman, 90 speed, 90, 90, 93 at the bottom. So you got some young players here, sophomore, junior, senior, junior. So it's a good mix in the room. You know, you could do with it as you want, how you want to work it, but not terrible in the receiver room. Like I said, 83 speed tight end. So you got a good speed at tight end, good speed at receiver. Like I said, I would just play through Mekhi Hughes, kind of use him as that workhorse, and you'll be fine. Strong safety, like I said, another junior right here. Sophomores right here, 88 speed on both of those, so you can move them to sub. Another freshman with 88 speed. And then the cornerback room, it's a little slow, but Jaden Lewis, 73 overall, 92 speed, gives you that good speed. You got a couple freshmen down here with 90 speed. So if you want to move him up and let him play with Tillery and get his rating up, by all means, put him in there and let him do his thing. You got a sophomore right here in 89 speed and DK Magruder as well. So, you know, you got some young pieces that you can work with. And like I said, you know, 92 speed right here. Chris Rogers, sophomore. So, like I said, you got some weaponry on Tulane's defense, you know what I'm saying? For sure. So that's Tulane. You got UAB. UAB Blazers, baby. So quarterback, Jacob Zeno. You got some freshman options, but you could probably use Trace because he already got 3 abilities, or you can go with Liddy, or you could just stick it out 1 year with the senior quarterback, you know, however you want to. You got sophomore Lee Beebe, 87 speed. I know speed is a turnoff for y'all. Y'all do have 92 speed Lee Witherspoon. He'll be gone after the first year, but at least you got a sophomore with some abilities. You know what I'm saying? He might can grow and be a decent back. Receiver, you got Cam Shanks, freshman, 91. You got Iverson Hooks, 90 speed. And then you have Corey Milner, 90 speed. So the fastest receivers are all freshmen. You could just put them all in the starting lineup. You got Amari Thomas, who's also sophomore. So 4 of your fastest receivers are all freshmen or sophomore on the team. So you could definitely start all of them. Your tight end, you got a 78 speed guy. You got a 79 speed guy. So decent speed at tight end. Strong safeties. You do have some speed, 86, 87, 88. So, you know, not bad. And then, of course, you got A.J. Brown, sophomore, with 87 speed. Then you have Chris Bracey, sophomore, 86 speed. Then you have another sophomore, Ricky Lee, with 90 speed. So young secondary, young free safeties with good speed. You have a 97 speed cornerback in Tariq Watson. So, like I said, the rest of the room sucks, but at least you got Tariq Watson and at least Kobe Dempsey for 1 year. What I would do is probably just move one of these free safeties over to cornerback until you get some cornerbacks in recruiting. So, you know, A.J. Brown and Ricky Lee could both be corners for a couple seasons, and then once you get enough, you can change them back or however you want to do it. But this not the greatest strength, but at least your best two got good speed on them. You know, freshman right here with 82 speed. You got some sophomores down here. Like I said, not a terrible team at all, another freshman. So, like I said, UAB definitely got some potential. Like I said, the quarterback may be an issue. You're going to have to figure it out on offense. But, like I said, this is a younger team. So, a lot of your best players are young. So if you can just weather the storm, get a couple wins in a couple years, UAB will probably be one of the better teams because most of their team are freshmen and sophomore now. And that's who gets all the minutes. And then, of course, last but not least, you got Vanderbilt and you got Wake Forest. I'll go through these pretty quick. So right here, this is why you get Vanderbilt. Nate Johnson, 95 speed. Enough said. This is Jalen Milroe with no abilities right here, man. You know what I'm saying? If Jalen Milroe had a cousin, right here, 77, 95 speed. So your running backs suck, but your quarterback has 95 speed. Then you come right here with another sophomore, Micah Bell, 97 speed. You have a 91 speed carry, 92 speed sophomore, 90 speed, 92 speed, 92. So young players, team is very young, but between Nate Johnson and your receivers, you can just do a little spread attack, get real glitchy, have all your speed on the outside. Like I said, you're going to have to fight through these slow running backs, but it's nothing a recruiting class can't fix. So, other than running the ball, you can throw, tight end, 88 speed. So you have an 88 speed tight end, 690 speed receivers, and a 95 speed quarterback. So you can definitely make some things work on offense. On defense, sophomore right here, 88 speed, 79 overall. So you got some building blocks for the future. 92 speed freshman, Dante Carter, 78 overall. So again, like I was saying, the whole thing of all these teams is finding freshmen, sophomore, and starters, or, just being in places where they might have low overall, but they got a lot of upside. So as you can see, man, Vandy got a lot of pieces here, man. Look at this. Sophomore, 91 speed, 78. You got a freshman, 91 speed, 68. Another freshman, 90 speed. So, like I said, not the greatest cornerback room in the world, but a lot of good players, a lot of speed. So, yeah, you'll be fine. You got a freshman right there with 80 speed. Some 80 speed linebackers. So, yeah. So, again, Vanderbilt, a lot of speed. Just remember the name, Nate Johnson. Nate Johnson, 95 speed. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all you really need to know with Vanderbilt. And last but not least, man, Wake Forest. Well, for all y'all who made it to the end of the video, I appreciate y'all, boys. Like I said, it take a lot of time to do explaining, but I want to make sure y'all informed. Y'all know what y'all doing. And I'm going to have a bunch of content for y'all all throughout the year. Rebuilds. So if you got a team you want to see me rebuild, if you need help recruiting, I got a recruiting one-on-one video I'm going to drop later today or tomorrow. So look, videos are coming, smaller streamer. Just keep supporting. I appreciate y'all, boys. And let's get into this last team. So you got two freshmen here. You probably just start the seniors and hope that you get a freshman in recruiting because nothing's too excited about those. But you do have a junior in Des Moines Claiborne, 94 speed. So you do have a running back that you can lean on at the beginning of all of this. And then, of course, receivers, you have 92, 91, 96, 90, 90. So as you can see, Deuce Alexander, freshman, 91 speed, freshman, 96 speed, sophomore, 90 speed. So you got three building blocks right there, 96 speed, 91 speed, 90 speed. And then, of course, you got your seniors who you can lean on for a year and then get them out of there. So, you do got some skill positions. Quarterback is a little tough, but, you can get through that. Secondary, look at this. Devon Patterson, freshman, 86 speed, freshman, 88 speed, sophomore, 88 speed. So all your strong safeties, sub linebacker, red shirt, whatever you need to do, good speed. They're not 90 speed, but they're decent speed. But this is what y'all want to see. I know. Andre Hodge, 97 speed. Miles Turpin, 90 speed. Look at this. So you 5 out of 6 of your safeties all got top end speed, 90 speed, 89 speed. So, like I said, man, this is, this could be your user, your starter, whatever you want, but I know y'all love that speed. So 97 speed, cornerbacks, sophomore, 91 speed, freshman, 90 speed, freshman, 71 speed. All these freshmen right here are 90 speed. So if you wanted to, you could just let the seniors be seniors. You could redshirt the seniors for a year and just let the sophomores and everybody go crazy because they're the fastest ones on the team anyway. So if you want to do it however you want to do it and just get cooked in the secondary, be my guest. But like I said, man, Wake Forest, a lot of young players starting already. getting those reps in. You got an 83, 81 speed at linebacker, some freshmen with 81 speed. That's about it, I think. Let me see. Oh, right here, Camden Hardy, 84 speed as well. Fresh. So, like I said, Wake Forest may not have the ratings, but just like everybody else on this 2-star list, it's about youth, it's about speed, it's about building blocks. So, yeah, it's your boy, Zig the Goat, signing off. Like, comment, subscribe on the video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Ow, holla.